Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mansillon. I'm an artist and spiritualist. I wanted to come and discuss a few ideas about transcendental psychology, this complex process of energy. It's been a difficult path, but we're really coming closer to a great shift. It's not going to be easy. We're going to continue to be tested over and over until we're ready to move into this higher consciousness. For it is very much about feeling and living in the now of the one, to be in the now of the one, moment by moment, transcending all energy to each moment. Everything that is presented to us is a bridge to a higher consciousness when we're able to transcend it. And being moment by moment in the now will lead us into the presence, the glorious presence of God that lives in the now. So we are tuning each and every day. And the new reality that we're going to come in is going to make a lot of sense. For now, we're living in an absurd reality on many levels. It's completely absurd, but more and more people want to know the truth. They want to find balance. They want to find a sense of meaning and purpose. For government are not really for favoring that. They're like, either you're a sheep or you're a milking cow, and then sometimes they send the citizens into the slaughterhouse, and just because they treat their citizens like customers, and they're like, before we're going to create a real new forms of government, return to the constitutions, and for the people, by the people, for the highest good of all, for that. But before that, it's going to be a lot of things that are going to blowing apart. So it's about transcending the old moment by moment, and living outside this matrix. For this is a sinking ship, and it's like to live outside the matrix. If you haven't seen the movie The Matrix, it's a trilogy, 3 movies that were sent by heaven to inform people about this electronic control by extraterrestrial and artificial intelligence that rules the economy and the world. So and it's based on a very old philosophical concept of the cavern of Plato. Look into it if you haven't seen it. Plato brings an additional idea that not in the matrix is the freedom from discovering the soul, the true light of the sun. When in the matrix they're still like struggling against the machines. But they bring all those things, so it's still interesting. But we have to really to really move to find a way outside of the cavern. There is all kinds of portals that are opening, that higher intelligence, galactics and masters and archangels and so on are able to reach us down here, to send us. If we're ready, we can receive so much from them, and they're really just waiting for us to be ready and asking for it. So it's new energies, new informations, and for eventually through the heart, there's going to be a fusion of our human consciousness with our higher self, with our soul frequency. The heart is the connecting link between all of the higher dimensions of who we truly are. We have to learn to stay in our powers each and every moment of the now, not to allow ourselves to move out of alignment, to be out of center, and so is how we live. We choose creating this cage, this energetic cage around people through all their programmation. But the cage is only created because people are feeding inner conflict. If you let go of the inner conflict, the cage dissolves. You are free. It's like discerning between heaven and hell. This song I'm going to sing, it's about are you able to see the difference between heaven and hell, between freedom and slavery. So it's very important to choose this freedom by making peace within yourself. You free yourself, and you open the vertical axis of the light. So you stop the pendulum of duality, and the access was always given by God. We were created free. It's just the mind has created these illusions of time and space and bondage, this illusionary matrix. But we're very close, and a lot of chaos will come up because the truth, people needs to know the truth, and the truth is going to be coming up. I'm going to pull a few cards for a change with the Akashic cards. Is to release cellular memories. For there is no past, present, or future. It is just a cause and effect, and new cause created that creates new effect. And then so I'm going to pull 5 cards with these Akashic cards just for a change. For the past is trust in yourself. Is really to trust and faith. So it's very important to continue to trust, to have faith, and it's very, very well anchored. We've been developing that, and we're moving into the galactic planes. This is very much about becoming our own galactic self, to remember that we have these galactic connections, and in the future we're going to be able to transcend and overcome all fears. It's the kind of phobia. We're going to transcend all fears, and then we're going to be closer to the environment. It is the farm. It is the ability to be self-sufficient, to be whole, and to be completely taken care of it by nature and by God. what we're working on now is the Greco-Roman, to return to the power of self, to know yourself and nothing more, to remove all those things that are hybris, that are too much, the wisdom of Apollon. And to return to, for the planets are they're very powerful energies that can bring us back to our power. And so we're learning to integrate all those old memories, also the memories of this consciousness of connection to the to those times and energies and the powers of the astrology, but also the Greek gods, the goddesses were very powerful beings in many sense, and so we can communicate. They are guides, of course. They're not object of worships as they used to be in the past, and that will lead us to the bride and groom. So it's like a deep loving relationship. If you're already in a loving relationship, just keep the magic and keep the magic going, and be in gratitude for having that. And otherwise, there will be a wonderful relationship if you ask for it, to align yourself inside, and this wonderful relationship will manifest. And as a surprise, for the universe keeps a lot of surprise, but it's like a gift from the universe. I want to say wisdom is better than knowledge. Wisdom is the application, the highest use of knowledge. And for knowledge come from knowledge. Then knowledge does not come from ignorance. And wisdom comes from the experience of knowledge and how to apply this knowledge. And then there is the 7 circuits of the Great Mother. For the Great Mother is the Tao, at the very center of the universe. She has a residence at the very heart of the universe, on the 300 dimensions of the Creator universe. And she has universal circuits that embrace all living energy in the whole local universe. And those circuits are activated as beings. The first one is intuition. As soon as there is a decision that is made, the Mother is being informed. Even the monocellular creatures have to make choices, and so that's when they activate the power of intuition. Every living beings activate these first circuits every time they make a choice. Every time, then the second circuit is understanding. Once there is an understanding about something, the second circuits come aligned. They're not beings; they're more like circuits of the Mother. Then there is the third circuit is courage. When there is an act of courage, then there is knowledge. There is counsel. The circuits of counsel, and then the circuit of worship and wisdom. The highest circuits are not very often activated in lower intelligence, but when we activate this idea of worship is like praying without asking anything. Is loving God just because God is, and because we just adore God just because He is. And wisdom is the application that integrate all of the other circuits. So that is to be aware that we have all those world, the spiritual and visible forces that are quite intelligent all around us all the time. For right now, we're passing through this new moon. I believe it's in Leo. And from the 7th to the 15th, there's going to be a great healing portal that will lead us to a full moon in Aquarius on the 24th, which will really open up to the Galactic New Year on the 26th, and then there is the 12 sacred days from the 26th to the August 8th. These 12 sacred days that will bring to an apex on the August 8th, this great galactic portal that will open. For there's 12 sacred days at Christmas, between Christmas and the Epiphany as well, from 24th of December to January 6th. But there is those 12 days of magic, 12 days in the middle of the summer when we're passing through. For the heart is really the lion. The lion is the heart, and at the very center of the heart there is Regulus, the great star Regulus. We're going to discover all kinds of galactic connection, the royal lineage of Sirius, the lion beings of Sirius. We're going to, a lot of things, galactic frequencies will be opening into our consciousness. For it's all about opening the third eye. The third eye, everything, the reality and truth is experienced through the third eye, not the physical eye. But the dark forces have been doing all they can to keep the emotions really low and to keep the third eye calcified, because otherwise we discover the truth and we are free. So just know that it will be activated more and more and more, and solar flash activity is going to increase more and more also as well. There's going to be more and more solar flash activities, and that will create all kinds of inner shift, emotions, physical, all of it throughout all societies. The sun is a very powerful transformator, and that with this inner sun, as it activates, it will activate the collective Christ matrix and this Christ consciousness collective field activations. That is a universal force. It has nothing to do with any one single individual. It's a universal force, although who said the Christ is the master controller of that field. But it's very important to stop seeing what is wrong and focus on yourself. If you focus on yourself and your inner self, your inner peace, you find this, all the controlling power losing their power, and you elevate yourself naturally, coming into self-mastery to reactivate this DNA, those galactic codes of DNA, the Arcturian master program, and becoming a higher self. We can create very tiny, minuscule vortex within our DNA that connects us to all kinds of new energies. So the question is to be or not to be. Everybody will have to choose, and as Hamlet used to say, to be or not to be, to choose, the power of choice, to be in the now, to be in the presence of the one, or to refuse it. For that is there is eternity for beings to realize the true nature as divine beings. But for us, we're ready now. The highest wisdom is the thinker. Continue to elevate your thoughts, elevating our thoughts. What we need to understand is the equitable beings, the balance. For the heart will always be balance, is to find the balancing point in the now, to transmute all energy as they come along, to transcend, or everything is just a bridge to higher consciousness as we become more lucid and aware. What we need to do is just to breathe, to let go of the mind and to breathe, to relax, to enjoy, to be ready for the great miracles that are coming. And what is coming is that the outcome is not for you. Everything that's not for you will be removed. It's like the hangman. It's like everything that's no longer for you can be. There's so much more that is coming, so much better that is coming than these old ways. So it is a challenge to let go of the old, but I want to discuss very briefly first that we've all incarnated in through all the dimensions and races, and so sometimes there is extraterrestrial civilizations that are negatively oriented, those are positively oriented. But even in a negatively oriented civilization, there are certain beings that are positive, just as in a positive oriented civilization, there are some negative beings, like in the Pleiades or Alpha Centauri or Sirius. They are negative oriented beings, but they're in great majority positive and just go towards the light, the higher council. But even in the Anunnakis, the Orions, the Reptilians, the Draconians, they are positively oriented beings within that works with the forces of light. So just stay tuned to the forces of light, but do not have judgment in relationship to that. There's just role and temporary appearance and situation that everybody plays. I've been asked questions about vaccines and those things. For personally, I don't recommend. I feel like my consciousness is high enough to know that I do not need it. But there are. The toxicity was supposed to be very important. The forces of light are infiltrated the creator of vaccines and to diminish the kinds of so it's like they're not equal. And some of them are completely placebo. They're just completely neutral. They're just water. Others are mild, like flu shots. Some of them are fairly toxic, and some of them can be lethal. But if you're really in a higher frequency, no matter what, if you had to get any of those, you will transmute them with ease. It's not, and if there is people that have been vaccinated and they regret it, you can look into the internet. There's all kinds of ways that are offered. There's few ways that are processes that you can detox yourself from those products. If they're happy with the vaccine, let them be happy with the vaccines. But I just wanted to say that if you can avoid it altogether, I think it is better. And also wanted to say that there is a lot of progress that's made behind the scene. All kinds of exotic weapons that have been destroyed, and they had all kinds of very, very toxic weapons that the dark forces have gotten from negative extraterrestrial. They've all been destroyed. And all the nuclear weapons are also under controls of the galactic. Otherwise, they would have blown it up a long time ago. So there might be some minor incident because the spirit is patient and just allows still minor incidents that could happen, but those big catastrophes do not believe in. Don't give any second, no 1 second to the possibility of major catastrophes. Is completely illusionary. For what they're gonna need to do is to remove all the dark puppets of that works in government for the dark. But most of them are clones, so it's like. But it's very delicate because as soon as you remove one, there's another one that takes its place. So it's a game of patience for now it's just being tested and to be ready to move into this fifth dimension. For a lot of people believe that this matrix, this shadow matrix, is the reality, and they're going to be really shaken up when they're going to realize that all of it is just an illusion. So right now we just move into this new way of being, this new joy of being in the present, and that is really to utilize those portals to continue to elevate yourself and to find your ascension, to choose paradise rather than hell. And it's like the choice is clear. So we choose to live under the control of the dark forces, or we choose freedom. They cannot do anything the servitude can only be voluntary, and we have to choose freedom again and again and again and again, and ascension again and again and again, and then it becomes natural to choose freedom and to choose liberation, to choose love over fear. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I thank you for listening, for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I thank you for your donations. If you want a private session, I might do a few more this week, and well, I'm going to make a pause after that. I'm going to sing a song. It's a song of Pink Floyd. It's a band that's always been trying to wake people up to this Orwellian dark programs, to say, wake up. It's called I Wish You Were Here. It goes like this. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue sky from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rain? Smile from a veil? Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot hair for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change? Did you exchange walk on part in a war for a leading role in a cage? How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. Have we found same old fears? Wish you were here. It's really a call to move forward, and you trade your part in a war for a leading role in a cage. So sometimes we have this golden cage, and we're in comfort zone of but we feel it is okay. So let us be free. Let's remove the box, remove the cage altogether, and then it will dissolve instantaneously as we choose. We believe to be or not to be, to choose your reality rather than to accept a reality that someone else wants to. For like Bob Marley said, you can fool some people sometime, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. And we're all waking up to new possibility. And the card of the day is the revelation. It's the Archangel Raziel. Joy through spiritual fulfillment. Enlightening the path of someone else. Finding the answers to your questions through meditation. So to take the time to rest, to receive the information, to tune into your soul and spirit. There's great portals of energies that are opening. Spirit is just waiting for authorization to receive this information, and then once we'll be in our connected self, all questions will be answers. As soon as we have a question, the answers will come. I thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.